Hey, residents of Meepletown, today we are trying to deduce elements that the other person has. We're going to be looking at their flower, their herb, and their gem to discover which elements they have in Arcane Elements.
All right, Meepletown. What was that, Dean? Are you making fun of my claps?
No, it was a clap.
We have Arcane Elements set up, and we are ready to play this game. Now, in this game, Dean has a flower, he's got an herb, he's got a gem, and so do I, and we're trying to guess what the other player has. However,
dun, dun, dun.
At the end of the game, the winner is the player who has the most cards. So if Dean guesses my 3, he gets my cards, but he could still lose because I could have more cards than him. Now, there is a variation where the winner is just the one that has the cards left over. Their elements, left over. But I don't want to play that. Dean and I like the points game more because I think it's a little more skill involved, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you have to decide whether you really want to play a spell or a charm, which you'll see what that is in the course of the game, or if you want to keep it for points. All right. On our turn, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be first asking, or on your turn, you can do any of these, each of these. Ask a question that's yes or no. So Dean, X, Y, or Z. Could also draw a card, a charm, or a spell, probably. Reactions are negative or neutral. So you really don't want to draw those unless a card makes you draw a reaction. Or if you guess Dean's elements, then you have to draw a reaction. You also could make a proclamation. Dean has this, this, and this.
I proclaim.
I proclaim. And if you get it right, then you get to take his cards. If you don't get all 3 of them right, then you get nothing. And he says, you're wrong. Get out of my face. And if that's the case,
Matumbo finger,
then he would get to draw a card, which is going to give him a point.
That's right.
If I guess it wrong. Also, he can play charms and spells, except for you have to have all 3 elements in order to cast a spell. If not, you can't do it. All right. In the box of about the size of a bicycle card deck, we're going to be having a whole game, and we're going to be writing with some expo markers on here.
I am about to expose your elements.
Get out of here.
That's good. That's a good joke.
It's all right. It's semi-charming.
Semi-charm kind of life. All right, let's like that.
Semi-charm kind of life, baby.
Okay,
baby.
Let's do a little spin the pen to figure out who's going to go first.
Let's get it on.
Here.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's
over to you. Okay.
So if I guess, so the game ends whenever only one player has their elements. This is a 2 to 6 player game, so I think it's more fun at a higher player count, but you can still have fun with 2 players.
Okay.
Whenever one player has their elements left, you finish the round. So even if I got Dean's correct, he would get a chance to go and he could guess mine and take mine back. So that's kind of cool.
That's right.
To start off the game, I am going to,
John tends to ask some big-time questions
I
here.
do.
Little high-risk, high-reward.
Okay. I got to remember what mine are here. Okay. I don't want to ask questions that's going to do that. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Charm, too.
So the first question I'm going to ask is your flower or herb, let's see, is your flower or herb white? So he doesn't say, yes, my flower is white or whatever. He can only say yes or no. I'm hoping he says no. Because if he says yes, it doesn't give... It's a yes or no question, Dean.
I forgot what mine were, though.
Okay.
What did you say?
Is your flower or your herb white?
No.
Okay, good. That's good because I'm going to get to mark off several. So, boom, mark that off.
Don't look, John. Don't look.
I'm going
to show you. Has all your stats on here. Once you know what it is, you don't have to look at it anymore because you can look at the back of the...
Unless you're like me and I
here.
forget all the time.
That's right. So you asked if it was... Whoop, don't look.
Oh my gosh.
You asked if it was white.
That's right. That's exactly what I asked. And I'm also going to be drawing a card. And I can go ahead and cast my spell right now if I want to. And I do. I want to choose Dean. I'm choosing him as a player. And Dean is going to reveal his gemstone only to me.
Oof.
Boom. Let's start this game off right.
Or we can... No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't have the card that I need to block.
There are some reaction charms and stuff that you can block.
Boom. Rose Burst.
Okay. Wow.
Is what
that
I
was
have.
Huge for me because I literally just made guesses on his flower and herb. I knew nothing about his gemstone. and I just got that. So this game's going to be over in just a minute.
It might be.
Lickety split.
That is
game
that
over.
is
It's already over, basically.
That is pretty big time there. Let's see. I'm going to ask a question. I'm not going to be as bold as John.
Mm-hmm. You're just going to try to narrow it down.
I'm going to try to narrow it down, I think. I'm going to look at your, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do this, by the way, since he knows what my gem is, just so I don't mess myself up.
Yep.
All right. So
I do that.
Let's see. I'm going to ask.
If you want to mark off the other two of what you have there, then
I'll go ahead
then that won't mess you up either.
I'll go ahead and consider that. We'll consider that. All right. So is your... I'm going to ask something about... I'll ask something about your gem since I've got that one crossed off there.
My gym's pretty good. I have a lot of weights. Like, it's a pretty large one down the street.
There we go.
I do a lot of bench pressing, a lot of...
Is your gem...
Would you like to join my gym? Because I can get a $10 discount for the month.
A hexagonal gem.
Is my gym hexagonal? I'm just going to show Meepletown. Close your eyes. Is my gym hexagonal, Meepletown? No, it is not.
It is not. All right, and... Yep. So I asked a question that matched up with Roseburst too, but at least I was able to cross off two other ones. So I'm going to have to go with the spell card.
This game.
And I'm really going to need a big time help here on my spell. Maybe it's something I can play, some information I can get right now.
Taking a spell to decide whether you decide. Wait.
I will go ahead and play
it. You're gonna play.
Choose a player. They will reveal their herb to everyone. So unless you can stop that, I'm going to need to see your herb. And everybody's going to need to see it.
I can't or I won't. Here's the thing, though. You may think, no doubt about it, Dean should play that, which probably is the case because he knows nothing.
Right now, because I'm this far behind, yeah.
But again, at the end of the game, whoever has the most cards wins. So if we were to, which happens a lot, at least in our experience in a two-player game, we guess at the same round. Whoever has the most cards, so whoever did it with using the least amount, is going to win. But unfortunately, there you go, Meepletown. Pestly.
Pestly is your herb. All right, that helps a lot. Now, if I were in John's position, John has a lot more information than I do. You still have more information than me.
Yep.
But if I was in your position, I might not play that card because, like you said, having those more cards
could help you win the game.
Beneficial. Yep.
That's exactly right.
However, I kind of needed a little ketchup there.
Ooh.
Ketchup? Yeah. I need a little mustard
on your dog.
A little mayonnaise
On your burger.
Yep.
Which Dean doesn't. You eat veggies.
I do.
Do you eat a veggie hot dog? That's pretty good, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
That's good. I'd like to try that. All right. So I am going to... I know what his gym is. I might try to deduce a little bit of more information up here on the flower. So what do I have again? Okay. So... Okay. Okay, so that... Or that, right? Make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Nope, I was about to do something stupid. I do stupid things, Meepletown.
We all do. That's what Kevin McAllister says, right?
Does he? Is that what he says?
He says not about that specifically. He says we all do. Get in a little trouble, I think is what he says.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just ask you this. Is your flower edible?
I don't know if we've ever asked that question before. Have we?
Well, I'm asking it
that
right
I can
now.
think of. Yes, it is edible. You can eat it, but you'll die.
Okay, so it's not.
No, it is. It is edible.
That.
I was kidding.
It is possibly still that. It is possibly still that, and it is not a. Oh, I've already got honey sting there. Lavalia. Okay, so I'm down to 2. So I could down to 2, down to 3. Go ahead and make a proclamation right now and try to basically put the game in my back pocket.
You won't do it.
I probably won't. I think I'm going to draw a spell.
You have a lot more information than me, too, so
okay.
It would be helpful if I can get
something
that reveals your flower right now.
It'd be a pretty low % chance to guess all 3 of those without only knowing one. Be a 33% chance on this. Of course, I may know that, so maybe 50% chance, and maybe I already do know that, and I'm just messing with you.
Could be.
Yep.
And that's something I need to keep in mind, because what if that is the case, then I can ask some questions.
That's right.
All right, let's see.
I could be more risky if Dean was playing better right now.
I think you got a lot of information in the first round.
Did.
And again, high risk, high reward.
Since then, though, I haven't got quite as much.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to narrow down your gem, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Is your... No. Yes, your gem, right? Because I know that you know my gem. Okay. All right, let's try this again.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's see.
I'm going to tell you why I don't like Dean's strategy in a minute, but I'm going to wait till he uses it.
You said it's not hexagonal, right? That's what I asked last time.
That's right.
Is it... let's see. Is it cubic? Is the shape of it cubic?
It is.
It is cubic. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not narrowing it down fast enough for this.
Well, no, what I was going to say is what I don't like about his strategy is he's focusing on one only, which means if he gets a spell, that might say, like, reveal gemstone. He's already... Now, the positive is, I guess it's risk-reward. If he gets this, then he's basically won the game. Yeah. So I guess that's right.
The problem is, again, it's high risk, high reward. If you ask a question about multiple things, it's possible that you won't get any information.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit of a challenge. But I do need a spell. Hopefully it reveals something about your herb. Let's see.
He's pondering. What's he pondering? Mapletown.
Oh, no, I know your herb. Let's do this.
Yeah, ask a question about my herb.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Choose a player. They will reveal their flower only to you, only to me. So not to you, Mapletown, just to me. You can block it.
No.
For real?
For real.
That was exactly what I needed right then. The problem is...
Holly hand.
Holly hand. Okay. All right. So you were being a little trickster over there. Okay. All right.
I knew what it was. That's why I almost did it, because I'd have a 33% chance of winning the game last time.
Now here's the thing.
Now that you know that
Here's the thing, Mapletown. I can go ahead and guess. So on your turn, and it's a 50-50 chance for me.
And if he guesses, the game is over.
Yes.
So you win.
If I miss, then John's going to be able to draw a card,
That's right.
which is going to give him a huge advantage. But I feel like I really need to guess.
It's probably the right move.
I think I need to.
I agree with that.
Let's see what I have here. Okay. I did have a card earlier that let me guess twice, and I don't have that card now. That would have been really nice right now, but I don't.
You won the game for sure.
I am going to go ahead and guess.
Unless you messed up on your thing.
So I'm going to guess...
And that would be really bad because I've revealed two of them to you.
I'm going to guess that your flower is hollyhand.
Correct.
I'm going to guess that your herb is Pestly. I had to get no information from you.
You're kind of being a Pestly right now.
But the problem is I've been terrible at deducing your gem because I've been slowly chipping away.
Oh,
not fast.
Chipping away.
Chipping away?
At the gym.
Okay.
Like you
I don't get
chip
the
out of a
reference.
gym. You take a chip out of a gym. You're chipping away at it. Like
you're
fashioning it.
But that's literally
you're fashioning a gym.
What it means, though, right? Chipping away. That's what it means. That's where it comes from.
Remember Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
Do I? They have a new show on Disney Plus, actually.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so it's either Diodite or
He thinks.
No. Or
Geomite.
What do I have here? Oh yeah, there. Geomite. Oh goodness
You were about to
gracious.
say something
Diodite or
that
Geomite?
doesn't even exist. And there's nothing that starts with a GR or an AG.
Didn't I ask you if it was red earlier? I did not, did I? That was a game before that I asked that.
It can get confusing if you play a lot of games in a row and you're not writing your stuff down properly.
I'm going to guess...
It's a 50-50 chance.
I'm going to guess Geomite. That is my guess. Is that right?
No, it's wrong! Yes! Come on, let's go! And I get to draw a card now.
Yeah, that was bad.
50-50 chance.
That was bad.
Hey, last time we played this game, same exact thing happened, and I got it wrong too, remember?
That's right.
And you won.
No, you won. You won the tiebreaker. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm going to grab... I think I'm going to grab a charm, because I'm so close over here. And I'm going to hope that...
Why'd you get a charm?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. There's some good charms in there.
So I can block
I got you.
something that you try to get at me. Okay. So now I know... I mean, let's just be real. No, he knows that I know that. I know his flower. I know his gem. I need to know what his herb is. So it's either this Thadley or this Donil or Bailey. They're all 3 green, so I don't really need to ask a question about that.
Remember what I have now.
Their heights are all different, so I could narrow it down with that. Their lifespans are all different. I could do the same there.
Oh boy. Oof, this is intense.
I could ask about medical use and just decide if it's this or this. But I think, the wise thing to do is just go for it, right? So I'm going to ask if your herb, the magical use... Oh, wait, that's not it. Ooh, I already marked that one off. Goodness gracious. Did I already ask about... That was last game. Okay. Ooh, I think the trash collector's coming to Meepletown. Is your magical use friendship?
Haven't you already asked that?
That was the last game we played.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You usually ask that every game.
And I grab your hand every time.
It's weird. It is not, actually.
Dang it. Okay. So that stinks. All right, let me draw a card.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm going to draw a spell this time. Dean, reveal your herb to me. Can you block it?
I cannot.
Literally the best thing that could ever happen to me.
I could get lucky on my reaction on this one, so you got it.
So I'm going to reveal. So it is Bailey. Okay. I don't know what I would have guessed there. All right, so I will make a proclamation. And my proclamation is that it is your flower is Dephoria, your herb is Bailey, and your gem is Rose Burst. Let's go.
There we go.
You may say the game is not over, but it's not.
It's not. I still got a chance.
Snake these up.
A small chance.
So I got a bunch of points now.
Lots more cards than me.
But I have to take a reaction.
That's right.
Choose a player. They can immediately ask you a question. So I'm still probably going to win because I have 3 and I'll have 2.
Have any questions that I need to ask you?
So that was good for me.
Yeah. Is your gem diadite? Is it diadite?
Yes.
All right. So you're
going to draw a card.
Oh, that's right. I do get to draw a card. So I'm going to take this. It almost really doesn't matter at this point because I've already guessed what yours are.
But you will. Go ahead. Make your proclamation.
Oh, sorry. I'm drawing a card.
Could.
I don't draw a card yet. I draw a card after.
You can draw a card anytime on your turn.
Oh, yeah. I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
That's right. Because I am going to make a proclamation. There we go.
You should see what that says.
So it doesn't
is there anything that you can... I don't think there's anything that would help you here.
No, that would have helped me a ton if I had that last time. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that is. Okay. If I would have drawn this last time, you choose a player and they lose their turn, you would have not been able to do that and it would have been over.
Then I would have played this. If someone caused you to lose a turn, immediately ask them 2 questions. I was hoping...
But that would have been okay because you still would have lost your turn, right?
I guess that's true.
And you didn't need any more questions because you already had the information that you needed.
But then I can play this. You may interrupt the game to take a turn.
Oh, wow.
So I could have been like in your face on that. But then I would have been down 2 cards.
That's true.
And you could have still had 2, might have won.
That is true.
So there you go.
So yours are whatever that... I don't have my cards now. The HH, the Holly Hand.
Let's just flip it over for fun. Yes, it is.
Pestily.
Yes, it is.
And DD, whatever that one is. Diadite. Okay. Now I do the same thing. I'm going to draw this. There's no way that I'll win this game because these are all bad, though. I would have needed one more card and I would have won, right? Because I would have been the second player.
That's right.
Choose a player. They can immediately make a proclamation against you, but you may not draw a card if they are wrong. It doesn't matter. Yep.
So I have, in the point game, I've got 6 cards. Dean has 5 cards, so I win. If we would have tied, the first tiebreaker is who has the most elements. So in a 2-player game, if you both hit at the same time, you're going to have the same. And then the next tiebreaker is whoever goes last in turn order. So Dean's right. He would have won.
Yeah.
Boom! There we go. Daddy wins.
The funny thing is, we've had to, because of technical errors, had to record this a couple times. You would have beat me in every one of those games. You were doing great deducing. All right.
I don't know what to say, but they call me Johnny Deduction.
All right, they don't call you that. Now, what we normally do is we talk about the game, we talk about art and components. One thing we said with this game is a deck of cards, and there's not much.
It does have art on these though.
No, that's true. There is art on that.
So let's just show some of this. So we have already, but so let's just talk about that or show the art here. The other pieces. So there's like the Bailey. If you want to pull it. Every time I say Bailey, I want to think bay leaf.
Bailiff.
And the rest of these cards are just words because they tell you what's going on. So just want to make sure that y'all see that. But it is very clear.
And you'll be able to see it from the Kickstarter pictures and all that, I'm sure.
Easy to read, understand. Yeah. I will say about the art also is that I flashed this box up here really quick, but this is getting redone. So just kind of wanted to let y'all know that. I do like that the cards are, these cards are very nice. They're very nice and thick. You can write on them and stuff. I think that's solid. I'm good with that.
Yep, and you need that for this game because, again, you're going to be writing on these ones anyway, not all of the cards.
But is it any fun?
Well,
we can talk about... Actually, in Kickstarters, what we really do, you said that, is we want to help you decide if this is a game for you. Mm-hmm. So is this really fun? For you.
Yeah, because we don't give our final thoughts.
That's right. We don't give ratings and stuff on these. We just try to help you decide if you would like it.
Yeah. So in this game, it's got some cool things going for it. I'll say that. So it's got the deduction piece that is, you mentioned Guess Who, and this is kind of like a gamer's Guess Who, right? Because you're asking those questions to
with a different theme that might be more attractive to some people and less attractive to some people. I guess.
That is true. And the type of questions that you're going to ask are going to be very different. It has all of these stats laid out on the back of the cards, which is nice that everything's laid out there for you to be able to ask the right questions. Sometimes being able to ask questions to deduce more than one item, although you might be, putting yourself more at risk. But really what changes this game from a normal deduction game is adding these spell and charm cards. And the reaction cards, but the reaction cards don't come into play as much as what these ones do. I will say that these can be swingier type cards.
Absolutely.
And if that might not be your thing. You heard several of them that we had. It's causing another player to lose their turn, just revealing what they have in a 2-player game.
Like I got so lucky, honestly, at the end of that game because it was the herb, the only one I didn't have. If I said flower or something else, who knows? Right. Dean could have won the game, actually.
That's right. But I did too. I got a card that let me reveal the only one that I didn't have any information about too. And so, again, those can be kind of swingy. Now, in a 2-player game especially, if you're just straight up revealing something, that's going to be a huge information piece. Yeah. But in a multiple-player game, you don't always reveal those to everybody.
No, someone else may get to see what Dean's flower is, but I still don't know.
That's right. And then some of them it's for everybody to see. So it is less swingy with more players that you have, but just know that's what a lot of those spell cards do.
Yeah, that's right. And so if you like deduction, a fairly simple deduction game, right? So the positive is that you can get this, if you want something that you can get to the table pretty quick with people, there's not a lot of teach really involved. There's not tons, right? It's fairly simple and straightforward. Then this could be something for you. Also, if you like big swingy moments, I think that's big. If you don't like that, I don't know if you'll love it, but if you do, if you like what we call in Meebletown hoot and holler moments, where you're like, yeah or no, then I think you will really like that about the game. When you draw the exact right spell, or Dean throws it down, he's all excited, and then I go, no, and I block it with a charm. Yeah. Then if you like those types of games, I think you'll enjoy this game.
And I was going to say, it has those, you've never played Munchkin, but it has that kind of Munchkin feel to it, but not in the sense where Munchkin makes the game last a really long time, because it's a very quick game.
Yeah, we played this 20 minutes while we taught it, basically, or while we talked through things. So it's like a 15-minute game, 2 players. But the other thing is it's kind of cool that you can play a deduction game with 2 players.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not as good with 2 as it is with more, which is that was so many games.
Yeah.
But it's still enjoyable. I mean, we had a fun time.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting, the decisions whenever you're taking your turn, to what questions you're going to ask. Sometimes that can be really thinky. But even beyond that, do I want a spell charm or a spell card or a charm card? That's a really interesting decision because I need to think through, do I want to try to block something that they're going to be throwing at me, or do I really want to go on the offensive and really just try to go after something that they might have with the chance that they're going to throw a charm card that's going to negate the ability on that.
And you can also watch the other player's taking too. If they tend to have a lot of spells, maybe you want to grab a charm to start to have some defense against what they're doing. Or if you know, or you're pretty close to knowing, spell might not be as good because you're like, I pretty much know what it is anyways. Yeah. Let me just take a charm so I can have some defense against him.
Or just trying to gain the points. Yeah. You might only care about the points at that point.
That's right.
I will say,
sorry,
I do think, I wish that there was a little more variety in the spell cards. A lot of them really do have a lot to do with what is your element? And again, there's ways to block that, but that's mostly what that is. I kind of wish that there was a little more variety in these. I do feel like there is more variety in the charm. And we mentioned that these are defensive. Not always.
No.
Sometimes these are offensive. There's some that allow you to guess. So you may make 2 proclamations during a turn. So sometimes these are going to be on the offense. But I think these are more interesting than these. Although spells really give
powerful.
you a huge advantage if you can get them.
But you also have to have your gems. So if someone steals them, then you're in trouble with that. Then you'd have to steal somebody else's in order to be able to get back into using spells.
Yeah,
which can be interesting because you're not out of the game if they guess yours in a higher player count.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could keep playing and claw your way back into the game by deducing what's going on. So that's pretty cool. The last thing I want to say is kind of along the lines of those big swingy moments is luck is a decent factor in this game.
Sure.
When you say decent. So if there's certain players that really enjoy the luck element of grabbing the right one and doing that at the right time, and there's players that really don't like that at all. So if you're someone who really doesn't like luck, I'm not sure if this is going to be something that you can still have fun with it or whatever. It depends on what you're in the mood for.
Especially because it is such a short game.
Because it's such a short game. I tend to be that type of a player where if luck is involved, I don't usually like it, but if it's a short game and it's just fun, then that's different.
Yeah.
And so that's the case. But if you do like that kind of stuff and you're like, boom, you love the feeling of what am I going to get, then you might really, really like it. So
yeah, absolutely. So if this sounds like something that interests you, definitely check out the link in the video below. And in the meantime, John, tell people how they can get in touch with us.
If you're enjoying our channel, we would love for you to subscribe to it. You can go to patreon.com/Meepletown if you'd like to support what we're doing. We're at Meepletown Games on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407.
Thanks for coming down to Meepletown.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks to our Patreon supporters for making content like this possible. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter, go to patreon.com/Meepletown. To follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, find us at Meepletown Games. Finally, to connect with us and other residents of Meepletown, you can join Guild 3407 at BoardGameGeek.com. Until next time, thanks for coming down to Meepletown.